Now that we've learned some new chords, we'll learn some new strums as well. These will be the bass strums that we'll use for most of our songs for the time being. So let's just recap again what we learned in session 1. We'll do it on an E chord, and we learned that strum number 1 was 4 beats with 1 strum on each beat. 1, 2, 3, 4. We learned that strum number 2, we had an upstroke on the ands, in effect halving the beats. So we had 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and... Okay, what we're going to do now is add some new strums. Strum number 3, strum number 4 and strum number 5. We'll also stop calling them strum number and give them all a name. Strum number 1, the 1, 2, 3, 4, we're going to call that the basic strum. Strum number 2, the 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and, we'll call that the standard strum. It's a bit more of a standard strum, it gets used an awful lot in a lot of songs. The third strum we'll learn is a new one, it's called the classic strum. Now if you have a look on the screen and also in your book, you'll see that it goes 1, it has no strum on the and of the 1, then it goes 2 and, down up, and then 3, and then a 4 and. So in effect all we're doing is taking the standard strum and dropping the first half beat and the third half beat. So it's going to go 1, 2 and 3, 4 and 1, 2 and 3. Now I often find it very, very good with students to actually clap the strum at the same time or click it with your fingers. Just try it. Count in 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2 and 3, 4 and 1, 2 and 3. We'll try that again. I'll play it again and you can try and play along this time. Get the down ups in the right place and notice with my right hand that we're doing nice big easy strums as per all the other ones. Not the little piddly wrist movements but nice big arm movements. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2 and 3, 4 and 1, 2 and 3, 4 and 1, 2 and 3, 4 and... That's the classic strum. The next strum we'll learn is the number 4 strum, which is called the ballad strum. A ballad is a slow, soppy, sad songs usually, and the ballad strum is very good for ballads. So I'll play it to you now, and you'll see the difference. It's the same as the classic strum, except we've dropped off all the strums off the second beat. So this one has a big hold on the 1. It goes 1, 2, 3, 4, and... Can you see the similarity between the classic strum and the ballad strum, how they're approximately the same, and all we've done is drop a couple of strums out. So again, we'll click it like we did last time. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1. 2, 3, 4, and 1. Now we'll try and strum it. Get the strums in the right place. This is a tricky little one to do, and it will take some practice to get it. So I'll play it about 4 times in a row, and you can try and play along. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 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 1, 2, 3, 4, and... That's the ballad strum. The last strum we'll learn is what's called the build-up strum. As you can see, it uses the same timing as the standard strum, being 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. However, instead of doing an up strum on the ands, it's all down strums. I'll play it for you. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and... That's the build-up strum. What we'll be learning to do with it is use, as the name suggests, to build up tension. By doing that, we'll be just hitting slowly on these strings and then building it up, and also more volume, starting off softly and increasing the volume like that. That's our 5 strums. Number 1, the basic strum, 1, 2, 3, 4. Number 2, the standard strum, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Number 3, the classic strum, 1, 2 and 3, 4 and. Number 4, the ballad strum, 1, 2, 3, 4, and number 5, the build-up strum, 1 and 2 and 3 and... We'll learn a couple of new chords now, and once we've learned these chords, then we can get into playing some really good songs. The first chord up is called F. It introduces a new technique where we take the first finger and we actually put it across two strings at once. Now where we do our chromatic scale and all our other chords with the tips of the fingers like I suggested earlier, we do it this time for this one just with the flat of the finger like that. It takes a bit of practice to get it right, so you try and hold down the two notes on the first fret. You'll see on the chord diagram on the screen and in the book that it's joined with a little curved line. That means that the first finger or the same finger holds down both of them. From there we put the second finger onto the second fret of the third string and the third finger onto the third fret of the fourth string. You'll also notice that it has two X's up the top on the fifth and the sixth strings. Now as mentioned with the D, they're there to be technically correct, but however it's physically impossible to muffle out them both, but we do bring the thumb over to the top and just muffle out the sixth string there. Let's try the notes of that chord now. Give it a strum, and then pluck all the notes one by one. That's the F chord. The next chord is the A minor chord. What we're doing with the A minor, it's very simple. If we just play an E chord, which we should be getting quite familiar with now, and we just move the whole thing down one string, we now have an A minor chord. So you put the first finger onto the first fret of the second string, the second finger onto the second fret of the fourth string, and the third finger onto the second fret of the third string. Bring the thumb over the top to muffle out the sixth string, and we have the A minor chord. It's the first of the minor chords that we'll be learning, and we'll be learning a little bit about the interaction between major and minor, but for now let's just say that major chords are happy and minor chords are sad. Hear the difference between the A major and the A minor? It's an effect that's used to great effect in music.